I just wanted to do a quick video about something Tim Pool said in a recent video. It was really interesting and I wanted to discuss it, and this is sort of like a parenthesis from the regularly scheduled programming of this vlog channel. See, Tim Pool, whom I have enormous respect for, by the way, I think that what he's doing insofar as going to different countries and basically chasing the news, as any good journalist should be doing, I think that on the one hand he's the vanguard of the future of journalism, and on the other hand I think that it is shameful that this kid all on his own is doing what the mainstream news media ought to be doing. Mainstream news media, as you all know, they're basically just checking out tweets and they're not chasing the story. They're looking at their Twitter feed to see what's the news, and then they essentially make up stuff. CNN, BBC, they're all doing it. Washington Post, New York Times. It's Twitter journalism. It's not real journalism. I think that Tim Pool is doing real journalism. That's why I respect him so much. Now, having said that, he recently said something very interesting with which I disagree with. He said that it was interesting that the nationalists who are opposed to globalism are so interested in how other nationalists are doing, almost as if the nationalists were, in a sense, globalists. And he pointed out this seeming irony/contradiction. And on the one hand, the way he is focusing it, I think that he's right. It is an irony, it is a contradiction, that nationalists in the United States, in Britain, in France, they're all sort of like watching each other and seeing how they're doing against this rising tide of globalism. That, well, not rising tide, probably receding tide of globalism. I think that they already reached their high water mark, but that's for another discussion. My point is that I think that Tim Pool is missing a little bit of what's really going on. Because it seems to me that globalists are not globalists. Rather, these people are an elite corporate class, very, very similar to 1930s and 20s style fascism. I'm not talking about Hitler. I'm talking about Mussolini-style fascism. Now, if you look back at history, Mussolini-style fascism went hand in hand with corporatism. The large corporations in Italy supported Benito Mussolini, and a lot of the things that Benito Mussolini did was in favor of and in service to these corporate interests in Italy. Now, I think that that's what we are seeing with the, quote, globalists. These globalists that are essentially neoliberals, neoliberal economically, the new left, and the neoconservatives, that they're always in favor of war. They're always in favor of certain deregulated economic measures that hurt the middle classes and the lower classes in their respective countries, but benefit especially the top 1%, but also the top, say, 10, 15, 20% of the population that depends on servicing that top 1%. It seems to me that the globalist agenda is the real neo-fascism that's going on. And the quote-unquote nationalism, people like Marine Le Pen, the Brexiteers, the people who originally supported Trump, it's becoming increasingly clear to me at least, he is just another of these neoliberal, neocon globalists, but that's for another conversation again. The people who support these nationalist movements, it's not that they're nationalists. They are against the corporate interests because they're interested in helping the working middle classes of their respective countries. And so that's why they're paying attention to what's going on in the other countries. It's not that they are anti-globalists who are globalists. No, they are anti-corporatists who are paying attention to what the other anti-corporatists are doing. Marine Le Pen, people have noted this. Marine Le Pen essentially copy-pasted Donald Trump's campaign in order to sell her position to the French people. She failed, regrettably, in pretty much of a blowout. But see, my point is, Marine Le Pen is paying attention to Donald Trump. Donald Trump was paying attention to the Brexiteers. Everybody's paying attention to everybody else to see what works against the corporate interests, because that's the real fight. It's not a fight between globalists and anti-globalists. As Tim Pool says, I don't think that he meant this in a derogatory sense. I think it was just an oversimplification of the problem. It's not anti-globalists versus globalists. It's anti-corporate interests, or let me rephrase that, anti-corporatists who tend to be populists against these corporatists who are entrenched in positions of power in the Western democracies. I think that's what's going on, and I think that Tim Pool, as I said, I respect him. I think that he should look at a little bit with more nuance as to what people are after. And he'll start to realize that what's going on is it's the nationalists, anti-globalists, nativists who want to improve the situation of the working classes. The situation of the working classes that has been deteriorating over the last 25 years, ever since the New Democrats in the United States and the New Labour in the UK came to power. I think that that's the real issue. It's anti-corporatists versus the corporate interests that are entrenched and in power and that are seeking to hold on to power no matter what. Okay, that's all I have to say. Just a quickie little note. Hope you appreciate it. By the way, I'm responding to a video that Tim Pool made with Brittany Pettibone. I'm going to include the link below in the description. I haven't been doing videos as of late because I was very sick, and on top of that I had to do some work stuff. But hopefully content will be coming up on a more regular basis. I hope you appreciate it, and if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.